You ever sit down to study and just feel this wave of overwhelm? Like you're staring at all your notes, textbooks, and deadlines, and it hits you, where do I even start? That's the worst. It's like before I even begin, my mind is already freaking out, telling me I'm behind, I'll never get through it, and I might as well give up. It's such a heavy feeling that it makes it impossible to focus. You click on this video because you've been having a hard time studying, but don't worry, I'm here to help you out. For me, it's the anxiety of feeling like there's so much to cover, and I don't even know how to take the first step. When that happens, I've learned that the best thing to do is break it down. I'll tell myself, okay, just focus on one thing. Don't try to study everything at once. I start with a small goal, maybe one chapter or one section, and just take it piece by piece. The moment I do that, the whole thing feels less intimidating. But even when I manage to start, there's always this fear lurking in the background. What if I fail? It's like every time I sit down to study, I can't shake the thought that I'm not smart enough, or that no matter how hard I try, it won't be enough. Sometimes that fear alone makes me want to avoid studying altogether. It's easier to just ignore it than face the possibility of failing, right? I had to rewire how I think about failure. Instead of seeing it as the end, I remind myself that failing is part of learning. It doesn't mean I'm not good enough. It means I'm figuring out where I need to improve. Once I started looking at setbacks as opportunities to get better, it didn't feel as scary. I started celebrating the little wins, too, like understanding one tough concept or just making progress, even if it's slow. Then there's procrastination. I can't tell you how many times I've said, I'll do it later, and then spend hours scrolling through my phone or binge watching a show instead of studying. And then, before I know it, the day's over and the guilt creeps in. It's like I know I need to study, but I just keep putting it off. What I found helps me here is setting up a routine. I don't wait until I feel like it because, let's be real, I never really feel like studying. Instead, I set specific times where I have to study. Sometimes I use the 5-minute rule. I tell myself I'll just study for 5 minutes, and more often than not, I end up going longer. That tiny push is all it takes to get started. And honestly, rewarding myself with something small after a study session, like a snack or watching a short video, gives me something to look forward to. But then there's burnout, that moment where I've pushed myself too hard for too long and suddenly I can't focus at all. I feel exhausted mentally and physically, and even the thought of opening a book drains me. It's like all the motivation I had is completely gone. What I learned is that I wasn't taking care of myself. I wasn't sleeping enough, I wasn't exercising, and I definitely wasn't giving myself breaks. Now, I take time to step away from studying, even if it's just to go for a walk or stretch for 5 minutes. Rest is just as important as studying. When I come back after a break, I find I can focus so much better. Lastly, the one that gets me the most is just lack of motivation. Sometimes, no matter how much I know I need to study, I just don't feel like it. I sit there and everything else seems more interesting. My phone, YouTube, anything. I used to feel guilty about it, but I realized it's because I wasn't really connecting with what I was studying. Now, I try to find my why. I ask myself, why am I studying this? How is it going to help me in the long run? Even if it's not something I'm passionate about, I remind myself that it's a stepping stone towards something bigger. Whether it's a good grade, getting into a good college, or pursuing the career I want. And sometimes, just switching up how I study, using videos, talking it out with friends, or using study apps, makes it feel less like a chore. In the end, I've realized that all these struggles, feeling overwhelmed, scared of failing, procrastinating, burning out, or just lacking motivation, are things every student faces. But instead of letting them control me, I've learned ways to push through. Breaking tasks down, reframing failure, building habits, and taking care of myself are all things that help me get through it. So if you are having a hard time studying, just do this few steps and watch how things start improving in your studying.